The obsidian beneath him pulsed like a dying heart. TK tried to breathe, but each breath felt like dragging air through broken glass. The battlefield around him was silent now. Plasma smoke drifted in slow waves. The sky above was cracked purple, torn open by orbital fire. His regiment was gone. He was alone. Not exactly how I planned my birthday, he muttered weakly. Blood soaked into the black volcanic gravel under him. He tried to lift his arm. It did not listen. A low hum vibrated through the air. At first he thought it was death. Then the smoke parted. She stepped through it like she belonged to the darkness. Tall. Pale blue skin glowing faintly. Black hair flowing like liquid night. Long tapered ears rising elegantly from her head. Silver eyes that did not blink. She did not crunch the ash when she walked. She did not disturb the dust. She knelt beside him and studied him calmly. "You are dying," she said softly. "Was hoping for a second opinion," he rasped. Her expression did not change. "My blood can heal you. But the cost is permanent." "Define permanent," he whispered. "Our neural cores will bond. You will feel my thoughts. I will feel yours. You will never be alone again." He tried to laugh. It came out wet. "Honestly, that sounds better than bleeding to death." She did not hesitate. She bit her wrist. Dark silver-blue blood flowed. She pressed it to his lips. The moment it touched his tongue, the universe exploded inside his mind. He saw alien cities made of crystal towers. He saw armies beneath violet moons. He saw her, standing alone on an endless obsidian world. Alone. Centuries alone. Her sorrow struck him harder than the battlefield wounds. Then everything went black. He woke gasping. Cold metallic air filled his lungs. He was on a metal slab inside a dim chamber. Lights flickered. Screens sparked. She stood across the room watching him. "You live," she said. "Mostly," he croaked. Then he felt it. Her. Not physically. Emotionally. A steady ancient calm beneath his heartbeat. And beneath that calm, loneliness so sharp it tasted like metal. He sat up. She winced. He winced. They stared at each other. "That was synchronized," he said slowly. "The bond is forming," she replied. He swung his legs off the slab. "If we're sharing emotions forever, we should probably introduce ourselves. I'm TK Explorer. Occasional disaster." She studied him carefully. "I am Valara of the Sangyui." He felt it then. A hollow space in her chest where an entire civilization used to be. "Last of my kind," she added. He swallowed. "Well," he said gently, "you're not completely alone now." Her ears twitched slightly. She did not know what to do with that. Walking through her ship felt like walking through someone's memory. Dim violet lights lined curved corridors. The metal walls hummed softly. Each step he took, he felt her awareness brushing against him. When he suddenly craved a cheese sandwich, she stiffened. "What was that?" she asked. "Cheese," he said. Her face tightened slightly. "Your species consumes fermented animal fluids." "Wow. When you say it like that, it sounds illegal." She turned away without answering. He felt something small through the bond. Confusion. Mild judgment. He grinned. This was going to be interesting. Suddenly the ship trembled. Red warning lights flashed. Valara froze. "External contact," she said. Through the viewing panel, something long and serpentine moved across the hull. Black. Shimmering. Hungry. "Void reavers," she whispered. "Sounds dramatic. They devour energy. They destroyed my world." That hit him hard. The ship shook violently. Panels sparked. Valara moved to a control console and activated the defense grid. The energy sputtered weakly. "The ship is too damaged," she said. Another impact rocked the hull. TK's mind raced. Then something reckless formed. "What if we use the bond?" he said. She turned sharply. "It is not designed for weapon output." "Neither was I," he replied. "But here we are." She hesitated. He felt her fear. Not for herself. For him. I trust you, he said quietly. The truth pulsed through the bond. Slowly, she stepped toward the ship's core. The crystal engine flickered weakly. She took his hands. Her skin was cool. Ancient power coiled through the link. Focus, she said. He focused on one thing. She would not face extinction alone again. Energy exploded through them. He felt her centuries of strength. She felt his stubborn human refusal to quit. The core ignited in brilliant violet light. Outside, the void reavers shrieked. Energy blasted outward. The creatures were thrown away from the hull. The ship stabilized. But the surge was too much. His knees buckled. She caught him before he hit the floor. You are reckless, she whispered. You saved me first, he said weakly. Through the bond he felt something new. Not loneliness. Not sorrow. Hope. Small. Fragile. But real. She helped him sit against the core chamber wall. The alarm stopped. Silence filled the ship. Outside, the void reavers drifted away into the darkness. He leaned back, exhausted. So, he said softly, is this what being cosmic roommates feels like? Her ears shifted again, almost amusement. You are unusual. Humans are like that. She studied him for a long moment. You amplified my power, she said slowly. Sang Yui energy responds to emotion. Your species feels intensely. Yeah, he replied. We're kind of famous for that. She looked at the glowing core. For centuries, I survived alone. My power was stable but fading. She looked back at him. With you, it increases. He smiled weakly. Teamwork. She considered that word carefully. Then the ship sensors beeped again. This time deeper. Stronger. Valara stiffened. No, she whispered. What? He asked. Through the bond he felt it. Terror. Old and real. A massive energy signature appeared on the holographic display. Not a scavenger. A warship. Sleek. Dark. Terrifying. They found me, she said. Who? The architects of extinction. The beings who destroyed her species. Her hunters. The ship transmitted a message. A cold mechanical voice filled the chamber. Sang Yui signature confirmed. Surrender the hybrid life form for termination. Hybrid. He blinked. That's me, isn't it? Yes. He stood slowly. Well, he said. That's rude. The voice continued. Resistance will result in total vaporization. Valara closed her eyes briefly. I can surrender, she said softly. If I do, they may spare you. He felt her resolve. She was serious. He stepped in front of her. No. She looked surprised. They will destroy you, she said. He felt her fear again. This time it burned. You said your power grows with emotion, he said. Yes. Then let's give them something very human. The enemy warship began charging its main weapon. The void outside turned bright. Valara's silver eyes locked with his. This may kill you. He smiled slightly. I've already died once today. She nodded. They stood before the core again. Hands locked. He did not focus on fear. He focused on one truth. No one should face eternity alone. The bond ignited. Not gently this time. Wild. Brilliant. Human emotion surged like a storm. Valara's ancient power amplified beyond anything she had known. The ship's core roared like a newborn star. Outside, the enemy warship fired. A beam of annihilation streaked toward them. Valara screamed, not in fear, but in release. Their combined energy erupted outward in a blinding wave. Light swallowed everything. Silence followed. Slowly, the brightness faded. TK blinked. He was still standing. The enemy warship was gone. Not damaged. Gone. Dust scattered across space. The core dimmed to a stable glow. Valara's grip on his hands trembled. They are finished, she whispered. Through the bond he felt it. Her loneliness. Shattered. For the first time in centuries. She was not the last voice in the dark. The ship drifted peacefully. Stars stretched endlessly ahead. Valara looked at him. "Human," she said softly. "Why did you stay?" He thought for a moment. Then answered simply. "Because no one should face forever alone." She stepped closer. The bond no longer felt fragile. It felt whole. Outside the ship, the galaxy remained vast and dangerous. But somewhere in that darkness, humanity had just made its first true ally. And Valara of the Sang-Yui was alone no longer. The silence after the explosion felt heavier than the battle itself. TK stood in the core chamber, breathing slowly. His hands were still locked with Valara's. The crystal engine glowed softly now, no longer wild, no longer unstable. The enemy warship was gone. Not damaged. Erased. Outside the viewing panel, only drifting fragments of metal dust shimmered like dead stars. Valara did not move. Through the bond, he felt something new. Not fear. Not sorrow. Relief. And beneath it, a trembling disbelief. "They never lose," she whispered. "They did today," TK replied quietly. Her silver eyes shifted toward him. He could feel her studying him through the link, not just looking at his face, but feeling his heartbeat, his stubborn human confidence. "You changed the output," she said slowly. "Sang-Yui energy does not behave like that." He shrugged lightly. Maybe it needed a little human chaos. Her ears tilted slightly. That small movement meant she was thinking deeply. But before she could answer, the ship's sensors screamed. A deep pulse echoed through the hull. TK flinched. "Please tell me that's not another extinction squad," he muttered. Valara moved to the main console. The holographic display flickered to life. Multiple signals. Not one. Not two. Dozens. Ships were appearing across the outer sensor grid. Different designs. Different energy patterns. Different species. "They felt the surge," Valara said quietly. "The energy blast?" he asked. "Yes. That level of output, it has not been seen since the Sang-Yui Empire." He felt something twist inside her. Not pride. Memory. A time when her people stood tall. Now the galaxy had noticed. "And they're coming to check it out?" TK asked. "They are coming to investigate a threat." He blinked. "Wait. We're the threat?" "Yes." He sighed. "Of course we are." The ships did not attack immediately. They surrounded at a distance. Watching. Scanning. Like predators circling something new and unknown. The largest vessel moved forward. Its hull was silver and sharp, shaped like layered blades. A transmission came through. Valara stiffened instantly. Through the bond, TK felt it. Recognition. This was not the species that destroyed her people. But it was close. "Open channel," she said. The screen shifted. A tall alien figure appeared, armored in reflective metal, eyes glowing amber. "Unknown vessel," the figure said calmly. "You emitted Sanguri-class energy. That civilization is extinct." Valara stepped forward. "I am Valara of the Sang-Yui." There was silence on the channel. Then, "Impossible." She did not respond. The alien's gaze shifted slightly. "And the second signature?" TK leaned into view. "That would be me." "Hi." The alien studied him carefully. "You are not Sang-Yui." "Nope. Very human. Extremely human. Soft skin. Emotional instability. The full package." Valara almost reacted. Almost. The alien ignored the joke. "Our records show Sang-Yui neural bonding rituals. Your energy output suggests hybridization." TK raised an eyebrow. "Wow. You say that like it's illegal." "It is forbidden," the alien replied. The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Hybridization between extinct apex species and emerging civilizations destabilizes galactic balance. TK leaned back casually. "Define destabilize." "You destroyed a Class 7 warship with unmeasured amplification." He blinked. "Oh." The alien continued. "The Galactic Concord does not allow singular powers capable of altering system-level stability." Valara's fingers curled slightly. They did not protect my species, she said calmly. They did not intervene when extinction came. The alien did not deny it. Politics rarely favors the doomed, the figure replied coldly. TK felt a surge of anger through the bond. But it was not only his anger. It was hers. Centuries of it. You let them die, TK said quietly. We preserved balance, the alien answered. TK's jaw tightened. Balance is just a polite word for standing by. The alien's eyes narrowed. You are unstable, human. Very, he agreed. You should see me before coffee. Valara's emotional pulse brushed against him. Steady. Focused. She stepped forward. What does the Concord intend? She asked. The alien's response came without hesitation. You will submit to containment. The hybrid will be studied. If deemed uncontrollable, termination will follow. TK blinked slowly. I liked it better when the extinction ship just tried to vaporize us. Valara turned off the transmission. Silence filled the chamber. They fear us, she said quietly. Good, TK replied. She looked at him sharply. Fear leads to escalation. And surrender leads to a lab table, he said. She felt his resolve clearly. It burned. Human stubbornness had a flavor. Hot. Unyielding. She closed her eyes briefly. I will not allow them to dissect you. He smiled faintly. Appreciated. Outside, the surrounding fleet shifted formation. Energy weapons powered up. They were not firing yet. But they were preparing. Valara studied the sensor readings. They are calculating probabilities, she said. Of what? Whether we are worth the risk. He stepped beside her. What are the odds? If we amplify again at the previous level, we could destroy several vessels. And then? They will call reinforcements. He sighed. So fighting is loud and messy. Yes. And surrender is stupid. Yes. They stood in silence. Then he asked quietly, what if we don't do either? She looked at him. He felt curiosity ripple through her. What do you propose? He grinned slowly. Humans don't win wars by being stronger. We win by being unpredictable. She tilted her head slightly. Clarify. We don't attack. We don't surrender. We show them something scarier. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Scarier than extinction-level power. He nodded. Unity. She did not understand at first. But through the bond, she saw his idea forming. Human history. Nations at war. Then alliances. Then coalitions. Strength through connection. You wish to broadcast the bond, she said slowly. Not the power. The truth. She felt hesitation. The bond was sacred to her people. Private. Intimate. But she also felt something else. Trust. She nodded. Very well. They returned to the communication console. Valara reopened the channel. The armored alien reappeared. Have you chosen compliance? It asked. No, TK said. Valara placed her hand on his. The bond flared gently. Not as a weapon. As a signal. The screens across the enemy fleet flickered. Energy readings shifted. Instead of violent spikes, they detected emotional resonance patterns. Shared neural frequencies. Harmony. TK spoke clearly. You see threat. You see imbalance. But what you're looking at isn't a weapon. Valara continued. It is survival. Through the broadcast, fragments of their bond transmitted outward. Not private memories. But structure. How two completely different species had merged without domination. Without loss of identity. The alien fleet hesitated. Scanning intensified. They are confused, Valara whispered. Good, TK said softly. The armored alien spoke again. This connection, it is stable. Yes, Valara replied. It amplifies emotional states. Yes. It increases power potential. Yes. There was a long pause. Then the alien asked something unexpected. Does it increase vulnerability? TK smiled slightly. Yes. Valara felt the truth of that statement vibrate through the link. They were vulnerable. Emotionally open. Exposed. The alien studied them carefully. For centuries, apex civilizations rose alone, it said slowly. They dominated. They fell. Valara's eyes softened slightly. Our power fell because we stood alone. The alien processed this. Across the fleet, weapon systems powered down slightly. Not fully, but partially. You propose alliance, the alien said. TK nodded. Not domination. Not conquest. Cooperation. Another silence. The galaxy had never seen something like this. An extinct warrior species bonded with an emerging emotional one. Not as master and servant, but equal. Finally, the alien spoke. The Concord will not move against you at this time. TK exhaled slowly. But, the alien continued, you will be observed. Valara nodded calmly. We expected nothing less. The transmission ended. The surrounding fleet slowly shifted formation. One by one, ships jumped into hyperspace. Until only stars remained. The chamber fell quiet again. This time not from destruction. From decision. TK leaned against the console. So, we're officially on the galaxy's watch list. Yes, Valara replied. He grinned. Feels important. She stepped closer. Through the bond, he felt something strong. Not fear. Not loneliness. Purpose. You have altered galactic perception, she said quietly. He shrugged. Humans are good at that. She studied him. You did not choose survival through violence. No. Why? He looked at the stars beyond the glass. Because if the first thing the galaxy learns about humanity is fear, that's what it will always expect from us. She absorbed that. Deeply. The Sangyui had ruled through strength. Humanity might rise differently. The bond pulsed warmly between them. Stable. Balanced. Alive. Valara stepped beside him at the viewing window. For centuries, she said softly, I drifted alone in silence. He felt the old loneliness, but it no longer crushed her. Now, he asked. Now I feel connected. He smiled. Good. She turned slightly toward him. Human TK. Yes. Why did you trust me on that battlefield? He thought for a moment. Because when you said I would never be alone again, you sounded like someone who was. She was quiet for a long time. Then she did something new. She rested her forehead gently against his. Through the bond, emotions flowed freely now. No walls. No hesitation. Not overwhelming. Just shared. Outside, stars burned calmly. The galaxy had taken notice. But it had not attacked. Not today. Somewhere across distant systems, rumors would spread. A Sangyui lives. Bonded to a human. Energy beyond extinction. But not seeking war. Seeking alliance. And for the first time in centuries, Valara did not feel like the last voice in the dark. She felt like the first note of something new. And humanity. Humanity had just announced itself to the galaxy. Not with conquest. Not with fear. But with connection. The future would not be simple. The Concord would watch. Other threats would rise. Enemies of extinction might return. But now, they would face it together. 2 heartbeats. 1 bond. And a galaxy that was finally listening.